Welcome to XALT Ministries. Today we're going to take a look at Old Church Choir by Zach Williams. The song is written in the key of C. By playing normal key of C and also playing the capo version using the A chords, I've decided to go with the capo version for this tutorial. We're not going to be practicing any other chords in the basic four chords for this. We're going to have like our A2, our D2, our E, and our F sharp minor. Now, if you're wondering why I use an A2 and a D2, it's because I try to keep my tones as common as possible. So if I play like a standard D and play an A and play an E and F sharp minor, you notice the E and F sharp minor have a similar sound because they still have this open note here. So by doing A2, D2, E, and F sharp minor, it kind of keeps it open. Anyways, so to start off, let's take a look at our chords real quick, see how they're formed, and we'll get to the rest of the very fun parts of this song. And let's take a look at these chords for, I almost said Chain Breaker, for Old Church Choir by Zach Williams. Alright, I'm doing this, for this tutorial, I'm doing this capo 3, and I'm doing key of A chords, which will give me a key of C sound. So I'm going to use, I don't use basic A chords, as I've mentioned. I have my own little variants of A2, D2, normal E, and an F sharp minor. So let's go over those real quick. My A2 is going to be a mute, open, 2-2, open, open. My D note is a D2 instead of a normal D. Make sure when you do a D chord, and contrary to what some others will say, that they only like to mute the top string. Well, unfortunately, if you only mute the top string, you're not playing a D note, you're playing a D over A. Or if you're playing, like a D sus, it's a D sus over A, D over A. How you want to put it's over A because your root note is actually your A note that you're not muting and not letting this string here, which is your D string or your D note ring. So if you play, when I play my D2, I mute both. And that gives that nice D instead of the A I don't want, and I can, doing this, I can strum all the way all 6 strings. Or if you don't have the ability to rap, just play the bottom 4. Okay? But I'm going to rap. So that's going to be mute top 2. And that's going to be a mute, mute, open, 2, 3, open. And now let's look at a normal E chord. Nothing special here, just a normal E at a open, 2, 2, 1, open, open. And then we're going to look at an F sharp minor that I play. This is one of those chords where it's like, I don't know how to play any kind of an F sharp chord. This is an F sharp minor that I play for key of 8. It sounds great and it does great. I can't remember where I learned this one at, but anyways, this is an F sharp minor and it's a mute. That should have been muted. Mute, 4, 4, 2, open, open. So you have A2, D2, E, and F sharp minor. Alright, so that's the 4 chords. Go ahead, get those into your muscle memory, work them in there, get ready to do some fast transitions, go between those chords, whatever you want to do. Because in the next part of this song is a little bit fast paced, so if you can get your chord progressions down, you are ready. If not, keep practicing. You'll get better. All right. So let's head over to Strum Pattern and get this thing put together. All right. So now we have our chords up. Get them all in your muscle memory and everything. Now there is a very, very common progression to this song that you're going to be repeating a lot. So it's kind of the nice part about it. It's very easy to learn. The strum pattern, real quick, that I'm going to go over. I'm not going to use a strum pattern right off the bat because the intro part of this song, the first verse, does not actually use a strum pattern. It more or less just kind of goes like this. And all I'm doing is taking I'm taking 2 chords at a time, and I'm doing like for the first line of this song where it says there's revival and it's spreading. It goes D to A and then E to F sharp minor. So what I'm doing is I'm just going down, up, down, and then, so I have down, up, down, and then I do another down on the next chord. Kind of quick, so it sounds like this. And then mute right afterwards. So we have, there's revival, and it's spreading. There's a wildfire in my heart. And then this part, they don't actually have the A or the F sharp minor, it's just the E. But that's how the first part of the verse goes. So in your first part of the verse, you're going to go from the D to the A, and then from your E to the F sharp minor. So it's going to have, there's revival, and it's spreading. There's a wildfire in my heart. And then there's no F sharp minor, it's just the E. And then you repeat that progression for the next few lines here. So I'm going to keep going through it. So we have Sunday morning, and then hallelujah, and it's lasting all week long. And I'll just leave that. When there's no F sharp minor, I'll let the E ring out, and then it kind of gives you the heads that there is no second chord for that. Keep on going down. Can you hear it? Can you feel it? It's the rhythm of a gospel song, and once you choose it, you can't lose it. There ain't nothing there. And then this part right here is actually where I start going into the strum pattern. So before I get started, strum pattern right up here on the screen. It is the most common one that I use. So if you've seen a few videos, it's going to be very familiar to it. If not, this will be something new for you. Strum pattern is going to be in a complete 8 count measure. So to do this, we're going to focus on the first part of the strum pattern. Remember, mute your guitar when you do strumming so you can hear your down and your up strums more clearly. So your first part is going to be 1, 2. You don't play the 2, you skip it. 1, 2, 3, 4, and. That's going to be the first part of your strum pattern. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, and. 1, 2, 3, 4, and. And just keep your beat on your arm, keep it swinging at the same time. Oops. Now the second part of your strum pattern, you're not going to play the 1 or the 2. So you have 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and. This part may be a little bit more tricky. So you have 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and. And then if we put them all together, we sound like something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 3, 4 and. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 3, 4 and. And it sounds like this. And then of course your chords will just fall in. Now your chords are, this is all going to be in half measure transitions, meaning that for every full measure of a strum pattern, you're going to have your 2 chords. So like how I was doing those in 2 different parts, so you have that 1, 2, 3, 4 and, that'll be 1 chord if that's what it calls for. Such as in your first line where you go from D to A. So you have your D will be this. See. And then you switch to your A, and then you go to your E. I don't think I did that right. Like that, and then so on. So it's going to sound like this. And then you're going to switch. Anyways, that'll be the little bit of the lesson on that strum pattern. Now, when I get into the strum pattern, we've already went through most of verse 1, so I'll go to the very last line of verse 1, which is, there ain't nothing gonna steal my joy. And you're gonna start on that D, and this is where I come out of that little intro, somewhat strum that I do. So it's like, once you choose it, you can't lose it. There ain't nothing gonna steal my joy. Okay, usually they mute it, or you can play that E. It's completely up to you. So you can do, there ain't nothing gonna steal my joy. And then you go on to your chorus. Your chorus is, surprisingly enough, going to have the exact same chorus or chord progression you were just playing. Only difference is they're going to use, okay, change that. There ain't much of a difference at all. I thought I read that wrong. So we're going to go through it. So you have D to A again. So we got an old church choir singing in my soul. So you're D to A, E to F sharp minor. And if you need help following along, there's a chord sheet attached below. There's a few lyrical mistakes in it. I'll give my corrections to the original author that submitted this, and from then we'll go on. But all your chords are going to be good, so we shouldn't have no problem there. So I got old church choir singing in my soul, D. So if we start over, we'll do D, A, E, F sharp minor, D, A, E. Beautiful, okay? I've got a heart, D, A, then E, restored, F sharp minor, and then this next part here, instead of doing just the open E, they throw an A on the end of it. So you have there ain't nothing gonna steal. So you have D, A, E, and then joyous A. Last part of that line, or last part of that chorus, it's going to start on the F sharp minor. No, there ain't nothing, E. Gonna steal, D. My joy, A. They've almost completely reversed your chord progression, so it goes, there ain't nothing gonna steal my joy. And then I'm going to go right into verse 2. If you have the chord sheet and follow you, just kind of follow along. I'll go just through the chord progressions and you kind of hear what it sounds like. When the valleys that I wander turn to mountains that I can't climb, oh, are you with me? You never leave me. Oh, 'cause there ain't nothing gonna steal my joy. I've got an old church choir singing in my soul. I've got a sweet salvation. It's beautiful. I've got a heart overwhelming. It's been restored. Oh, there ain't nothing to steal my joy. Oh, there ain't nothing to steal my joy. And then we can go on to the interlude from there. I really like this song. It's got a very skippy beat to it and everything. Interlude here is quite a bit of chords, and I'll do my best to portray them, but really the interlude is just what are called vocables, which if you don't know, that's when people go like ooh or ah, or they just kind of emphasize one letter. That's what vocables are called. I'm not a huge fan of vocables. I much prefer words. So in terms of this song, like the catchphrase is more like not gonna steal my joy. You can repeat that if you wish and fit it in. It'll work perfectly fine. And to tell you the truth, it probably will sound a little nicer too, because you're kind of emphasizing that part of it. But anyways, your chord progression is going to be D, E, D, E. Wow. D, A, E. Then they throw in an F sharp minor, and then D, A, E again. So you have D, A, E. So your progression is going to be the normal first two lines of your verse or your chorus. So it's going to be just... You're going to drag out that last E for the whole measure. And then your bridge is once again pretty much the exact same chord progression you're doing. It's that D, A, E, F sharp minor, and then the D, A, E. So let's go right to the bridge. Same progression, same tempo, same strum pattern. Clap your hands and stomp your feet till you find that gospel beat. That's all you ever need. All you ever need. Clap your hands and stomp your feet till you find that gospel beat. 'Cause it's all you ever need. It's all you ever need. I've got an old church choir singing in my soul. I've got a sweet salvation. Beautiful. I've got choir singing in my soul. I've got a sweet salvation. that's kind of the basis of the song. Sorry for my horrible singing, but I like singing it. Sounds good to my inner ear, more than likely. But anyways, that's how to play Old Church Choir by Zach Williams. I said very fast for your transition on your chords, but I'll tell you what, the faster you play it, the faster you transition, the more better you're going to be at doing it. That's how there's a specific song by an artist I can't name off the top of my head because I just completely blanked out on it. Let's say I Want to Know You More, and it had a very quick chord progression in it that I used to do in my old worship team for church, and I kept playing it. I told her, I was like, this is really quick for me, but I wasn't gonna give up. I just kept playing it. I kept doing my fast chord switches until your fingers just get to where you can just go up and down, or you can just go around and it doesn't phase you at all. But that is I would really strongly to practice this. I mean, you can do it faster. I mean, go. And you can do it faster if you want. You can get your strum pattern. You can get your hands moving quicker, and it'll definitely help you with that. Anyways, thank you very much for watching. You guys have a blessed day.